Welcome to the app Fraction Multiplication in the Rectangle Model. The app is based on a constant story where we can edit the numbers. For example, we can change this to a fifth and back. Let's read the story. Dan the baker baked a cake. On a third of the cake, Dan sprinkled red candy. On a fourth of the part with the red candy, Dan sprinkled blue candy. What part of the cake contains both red candy and blue candy? We'll now see a visualization of the solution when we click Next Stage. Let's click once, and the cake is now divided into three: a third, and a third. On a third of the cake, Dan sprinkled red candy. So let's click Next Stage, and we see the red candy. To prepare this third, let's click Next Stage again, and now the third is divided into four, each one of them a fourth of the third. We'll click Next Stage, and so we have, on a fourth of the part with red candy, Dan sprinkled blue candy. Now the question is, what part of the cake contains both red candy and blue candy? In order to answer this, we simply click Next Stage one more time. And the division of the third into four is extended across the whole cake. So now we see altogether we have 12 pieces. And one of these pieces has both red and blue candies. So the answer is 1/12. We can also see that we have 12 pieces because of the denominators 3 and 4. We see this clearly in the picture. So with unit fractions, the answer is simply 1 over the multiplication of the denominators. We can also change these denominators even without resetting the question, so we can change this to a fifth. So now the answer is 1 over 20. And now 1 over 15. So in class, you can use as many examples as you see fit. It's also important to emphasize that a third of a fifth, which is this, is also a third times a fifth. This is the connection between the verbal question and the multiplication problem it represents. Now, the next level is to multiply fractions that are not unit fractions. So we'll change the numerator to 2. So now the answer is 2 over 15. Now, let's click Reset and have the other number to be the non-unit fraction. So we'll click Reset, change this to a third, and this to 2/5. Now, the stages will work a little bit differently here. Let's click Next Stage. Here, Dan will sprinkle 2/5 of the cake with red candy. So we divided the cake into 5. And in the next stage, 2/5 are with red candy. Now, on the next click, these 2/5 are now combined to one piece. This is the piece that a third of it should now be covered with blue candy. Okay, let's click. We have the division into 3. And click again, and now a third of the piece is covered with blue candy. Another click, and the 2/5 are now separated again with this line. Last click to extend these lines, and we can see the final solution, 2 over 15. So when one of the fractions is a unit fraction, the other numerator gives the numerator of the answer, and the denominator is the multiplication of the denominators. So it doesn't matter if the numerator here is 1 and here it's 2, or this is 1 and this is 2. We still have 2 over 15. Now let's reset. And now we'll multiply two fractions where they're both not unit fractions. So this will be 3/7, and here we'll have 2/5. So next stage, 7ths. Now we need 3/7 to be with red candy. And these are combined. Next stage, divided into 5ths. So we can put blue candies on 2/5. And now separate the 7ths again. And finally, extend the division into 5 of the whole cake. And here we can see, as usual, that the denominator of the answer is the multiplication of these two denominators. We can also see that the numerator is the multiplication of the two numerators. 2 times 3 gives the 6. Of course, we can also change this to 2 and this to 3, and we still have the same answer, 6/35. So this story and the visualization lead us in an intuitive way to the final algorithm of multiplying fractions. So that's it. We hope you find these tools useful in class. Thank you for watching.